Variety, you're telling on yourselves. Just a few moments ago, I was on Twitter. You see that tweet over there that I see from Jason that he quote tweeted 32 minutes ago from when I'm recording this? It says that white entertainment media. Variety decided to put on their variety hat and do variety things with a headline such as Bad Boys 4 hits the box office, are moviegoers ready to embrace Will Smith after Oscars slap? Way to go at being consistent, if anything else. Let's click on the article to show you the bull. Hold the phone. This isn't written by Jordan Moreau. It's by Rebecca Rubin. That's our Raven flashback. I just had a vision.
Yeah, Siegel. But then the next thing is Jonathan Majors' lawyer releases text messages he claims shows women taking blame for fight. Again, they worry that they word it. He claims it. And then the commentary that came out.
Women taking blame for fight, yeah.
Jonathan Majors charged with assault and harassment following NYC arrest. There's never...
So they've never put out anything about like the evidence that he's put out.
Here we go. It says that Majors' lawyer says evidence exists to prove he's completely innocent of alleged assault. Now, they said that on March 26th, but like now that the evidence is out there, I would have loved for you to have actually, you know what I mean? So Rebecca Rubin, as she did this article and this article, salute to Rebecca Rubin for following up on it. But like, man, no, actually, this was March 26th. So the follow-up was actually the worst of the news stories where the DA charged him, right?
Yeah.
She's going to waste the next few moments of people's lives reading this article, bad-mouthing a man with melanin in his skin. That is the role of Variety, and they have done this. That's what they do consistently, even to this day, to the right now. If I go, let me share the screen to something else that's happening right now. Here's Kat Not Williams, and she's covering that time for another Jonathan Majors headline rant. People Magazine is at it again. Let me just rewind to the beginning of the stream, where you can kind of see that there was an article from People saying how Jonathan Majors steps out with Megan Good for the first major red carpet since April sentencing. She's live right now. We should leave a comment on her thing. There go the people of colorless. When you're keeping track of the behaviors of these media outlets, when you have an invested interest, you kind of notice things. I even noticed something related to politics in that same Manhattan courtroom. So Donald J. Trump used to be the president of USA. That guy was being treated like trash because 12 individuals, 12 members of the juror, regular people. I remember watching all these news broadcasts say these are regular everyday people holding them to account, as if these 12 people couldn't be compromised in any way. Like they're not in the state that is very blue, and of course they're going to have an inkling to be doing something that is going to help out their party. The way that 12 people, members of the jury, were treated as if there was no wrong that could happen. These people cannot at all have a bias or a compromised nature to them. Was telling during the Donald Trump stuff. I'm not saying vote for Donald Trump. I'm saying vote for Cornel West. My point of this observation, because I just rambled, was that there's so many people with trust in the system that it was it for Jonathan Majors. It's it. Why not? Why isn't it for Will Smith, though? You see, for Will Smith, the district attorney over there in Hollywood, that guy didn't say we're going to press charges. We got the evidence. It's all on camera. That was an assault. Nobody consented to it. They didn't even need Chris Rock to really show up in court. No one pursued that. If you're me, this was all staged. It was a work to create some Oscar buzz. Just like when Moonlight won and they changed the name on the winner on the card and it was a whole kerfuffle. There's always been these things that they're trying to do to get play. But the Will Smith stuff was 3 years ago now, 3 Oscars ago. We're good. We can stop talking about it. And just like Jason said in his quote tweet, this is white entertainment media. The Bad Boys movie is the 4th Bad Boys. There is a built-in audience that we started from the 90s. We know that these 2 actors are heroes. We know that the last movie that they did right before 2020 when lockdowns began, that movie came out and made us good money. It was critically acclaimed. It was cool. We got the same team back to do it more. It's going to honor some of the former storylines with the former police chief. I forget his name. This is what I'm talking about. This is what every moviegoer wants in the sequels. And so we're going to get some nostalgia. Reggie's going to be in there also. And you want to make an article about Bad Boys and people forgiving Will Smith? No, your job, Rebecca Rubin, was to remind people how you don't forgive Will Smith and how you don't want this hero to be back, to be a box office, because he did a slave movie, which he should have never done, Emancipation. He's done work since that event happened, but you don't want everything to return to normal and have this other glorious man with melanin in his skin. I can say that, Rebecca Rubin, because of prior Rebecca Rubin articles. Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die, is the movie that the last time I seen a movie would have been months ago. I can't remember the last time I saw a movie at the movie theaters. It's been a very long time since I got my butt up and went to the cinema, ordered a popcorn, sat down for 2 hours, and said, "You are finally worth my money. Sony Studios, you're about to get some money that Disney hasn't gotten from me in a long time. Free Palestine." I'm into Bad Boys. Are you into Bad Boys? Like, is it just me? Isn't Bad Boys like the movie that everyone wants to see, that has a decent big budget, that has leads that are fire, well known, a story that's interesting to us, action? How is Bad Boys not going to be like that first blockbuster of the summer? The summer they haven't been really lighting things up on fire. Dune did pretty well. Dune 2, the second Dune movie, but nothing. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is not doing. It's not saying much. Here I'm on Box Office Mojo and it's at 338. It might not even reach 400 million then, because that movie came out back in May. How about Furiosa Mad Max Saga? That's at 114 million, so that's a box office flop. It's a 2-hour 28-minute movie. The Garfield movie is at 152 million with a smaller budget than those other ones, Kingdom Planet of the Apes and whatnot. So maybe this will be profitable. It's only been out 10 days, so we can expect this to get larger. But still, and Sony released that one. And still, it's not really saying much, man. The Bad Boys movie, that's the movie that's going to do it. Their third film from 2020, it grossed 426. With Netflix, of course, getting every Sony movie or a chance to play them, so they'll pay the Sony a lot of money to get this movie on Netflix when Bad Boys 4 comes out, Ride or Die. Movie math aside, there's not gonna be many of these opportunities to vote with your wallet for actors like Will Smith or Jonathan Majors as well, or anybody. Daniel Kaluuya is not gonna be a lead of a movie where the budget is over 100 million. This is the time to go to your cinemas and say, I want this. They're not really role models, Mike Lowry and what's Will's character? They're not role models, but they're not terrible neither. They're not that terrible, I would say. And it's so sparse how many of these roles that there are that exist. You want to talk about Zendaya and Challengers? Well, from what they're advertising, that's not really a character I want to get behind. If you want to talk about what else came out recently, A Quiet Place Day 1 is going to be out pretty soon, but if you look at the cast, even though Lupita was at the center of the poster, she's the fourth on the casting. I don't really count this. I don't think this is must support that her career takes a shot if this movie doesn't make as much money as it's supposed to. Joseph Quinn, I think he's playing the Human Torch, by the way. This guy is going to be the lead of that movie. He is playing the Human Torch. I know that because I made this meme that I put up on Instagram. Remember that? Can somebody go like this meme? Because it's very important that we understand race swaps never last. Even though Michael B. Jordan was cast in that one movie in 2015, this legendary character known as the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, is going to return to being a white guy. So don't fall for these race swaps. Don't get mad. Don't get happy because, oh, look, racist people are angry about Little Mermaid and Ariel's going to be casted by Halle Bailey. Don't be happy that they're angry. Be upset because what's going to happen with Little Mermaid Ariel is what happened exactly with this casting. Temporary representation, race swaps never last. I've been everywhere with this, but I've kind of been consistent with what the point is. Representation and not letting people of colorless come over and try to take away and besmirch legends. Will Smith slapped someone at the Oscars. What do? You never slapped anybody out of being upset? I mean, what was his reason for slapping? Made fun of his wife. Worse reasons. I could think of 100 worse reasons to do this. Go watch the Bad Boys movie. Review coming up on my channel. And I'm going to be reviewing Atlas also, the Netflix movie, so check out for that.